Welcome everyone to a brand new positivity video here from Nikolai's Kitchen. My name is Nick. This show is all about scratch-made food and positive energy, specifically here on the YouTube channel, Positive Energy. This is the positivity segment that was streamed live over at twitch.tv/Nikolai's Kitchen. So make sure if you want to catch these live along with the entire episode recording, and sometimes it's multiple episodes all in one, all sorts of stuff, make sure you tune in over at twitch.tv/Nikolai's Kitchen. Then you can see things like breakfast pizza, which looks really delicious, and I really, really want some. But today in the positivity segment, I wanted to talk about self-worth. I wanted to talk about kind of the struggles that we can feel sometimes to feel like we have worth. Maybe you just got fired from a job. Maybe you're going through a separation or a divorce. Maybe somebody close to you just passed away. Maybe you have been putting in so much hard work to try to make a different version of yourself, and you are questioning your own self-worth. So I spoke to a friend of mine very recently, and this friend of mine is going through a divorce, something that kind of came completely out of left field. And my heart absolutely breaks because they are the absolute sweetest, nicest, most wonderful person you could ever possibly imagine. And it just kind of floors me whenever I hear that kind of news about people that are, you know, people that I've known for a very long time that are really, really wonderful. And in talking with them, they were questioning their worth. They were questioning, like, how they feel like they're a failure, how they feel like they've completely failed in life, in everything, how they feel like there's nothing that they can possibly do to appeal to anybody out there ever again. Like they can't trust anybody ever again because of all the different things that they've been through. And I know I don't ever really say it during the positivity segments, but I feel like it's especially poignant when I talk about this kind of stuff, that like I'm not a therapist or anything. I have no background, no formal training or anything like that in mental health or in psychology or anything like that. You know, if you need professional help, I'm going to urge you to reach out and get professional help, because you may be somebody that would really, really benefit from having somebody, a professional, to talk to. What I am is I'm one guy that's just kind of here sharing my life experience with you. And there have been a lot of times in my life when I've also questioned my own self-worth. When I have felt like a complete and total failure, where I have felt like the rug just kind of got ripped completely out from underneath me. And I feel lost, groping around in the darkness, not knowing who or what I am. And I want to talk about it today, especially because I'm on the other side of that now. At least I like to think so. At least mostly. There are always those times when I get that little pull, just kind of trying to pull me back in, just trying to drag me just a little bit back toward it. Day 14 today as of recording for yoga, so I am officially almost halfway through my 30-day yoga journey. I really, really do love checking in every single day, and I've been doing it over on my Instagram page, so follow me over on Instagram if you haven't. But every single day, and I try to take the theme of the day and I try to relate it over there. But it breaks my heart to see people get betrayed by other people, and then in turn they question their own self-worth. I hate to see people break other people down, and in turn the person that was broken down questions their self-worth, questions even their own reality, depending on if they were getting gaslit really badly. And I'm here to tell you, like, you have so much worth in this world. Take a few moments here close your eyes. Close your eyes and just imagine, if you will, for just a moment, think about the good things that you have in your life. Now, they can be small things. They can be teeny tiny, little bitty things. Maybe you made a really amazing breakfast pizza over the weekend. Maybe your coffee was especially good this morning. Maybe you got in the quick line at the supermarket and got through and got out really, really quickly today. Maybe you just got a message from somebody that you care about a lot that just said, "Hey, I hope you're doing amazing today." Because it's important, especially in those times when we feel like we're worthless, and especially in those times when we feel like we're a failure, when we feel like we've got nowhere to turn, when we feel like life doesn't have anything left for us, to cling to those good, to those beautiful things, those amazing things. Now, it's not going to make the bad things go away. But what you need to try to do, and what I did a lot, and I really, really did this a lot in the wake of my separation and divorce, is I said to myself, and you have to be conscious about this, and I mean this very, very sincerely, even if you have to say it out loud to yourself, do it. If it's worth saving your life, if it's worth building your life back up and making your life back into something amazing, do it. Just please, please never, ever, ever give up. And in the wake of my divorce, in the wake of my separation, I said to myself, Nick, you can sit here, you can wallow, you can be sad, you can feel like a failure, you can feel like there's nothing left for you. There's nothing left for you in this life. There's nothing that you are going to have. You're never going to have anyone again. You're never going to have anything again. You're going to get more broke. You're just going to continue cascading down, and it's going to be a string of failure after failure after failure after failure after failure. Or take a few moments every day and really focus on the good things that you're doing in your life. Now, it came for me at a time when my best friend had died. And I'd already rededicated myself to this kind of idea of positive energy and to trying to improve my life in some small way every single day. So it was easy for me to make that connection at that point in time. Over time, I've struggled to get back to that. Over time, I've gotten back into my head and I have beaten myself up and I have called myself worthless, fat, a failure. The most important thing that I've ever done, and like every time I pull myself out of it, it's because I broke that cycle of negativity. And if you want to make a change in your life, if you really, really do want to make a positive change, then you have to attack it with a positive mindset. You can't want your life to improve in a positive way and attack it from a negative place. Attack it with a negative mindset. You can't apply for that new job and sit down for that interview and say, I'm not going to get this. Because then you're going to carry that energy into the interview with you. And chances are, you're not going to get it. Maybe they're just going to sense that your energy just isn't there. Maybe they're just going to sense that, this doesn't seem like a good fit for some reason or another. When you put yourself out there, you get ready to get out there and start trying to date again after you've been through a separation or divorce, or you've been single for a long time, and you put yourself out there. You can't put yourself out there with the mindset that I'm not going to get anybody interested in me. Nobody's going to be interested in me. I'm just going to be single and alone forever. Or conversely, you can't just immediately cast everybody in the same mold. Everybody out there is going to lie to me, cheat on me, steal from me, etc., etc., etc. Because if you approach it from that negative mindset, then That's how you're going to kind of approach anybody that does pay any attention to you, anybody that does show you any kind of interest. And I'm not saying that every job interview is going to go great, and I'm not saying that every date is going to go well. But I really, really think that we have to consciously focus on being optimistic, consciously focus on being positive, and keep ourselves in that positive frame of mind, and remind ourselves that we're worthy of love. Remind ourselves that we are worthy of the best that life has to offer. You don't deserve to be lied to. You don't deserve to have your trust betrayed. You don't deserve to have everything that you love taken away from you. If you lost someone recently, if they passed away or whatever, you don't deserve to be without them. Keep them here. Keep them in your heart. Carry them with you. Nothing happened to you because it was something that you did. Well, a lot of times we like to internalize things, and we like to blame ourselves for circumstances outside of our control. If someone lied to you, betrayed you, took something away from you, that's on them. That's on them, and you can't just blame yourself. And I'm not saying, that any of us is perfect in any kind of relationship or any other kind of situation, because none of us are. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes pretty much every day. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. As long as you don't let those mistakes define you. It's okay to be taken in by someone who is dishonest, or someone who turns out to be someone else, who lies to you, treats you like crap, who abuses you. It's not your fault. And we can't take that burden onto ourselves, and we can't put that onto our shoulders at all times and say, I'm a failure. This fell apart for me. I will never amount to X, Y, Z. I will never do this. I will never publish. So why pick up the pen if I'm never going to publish anything? I've told myself that so many times, that I don't deserve to have my work published. I don't deserve to have my work read by someone or enjoyed by someone in any or whatever kind of way. I talk about how I, don't deserve the love and support that I get from the amazing listeners and supporters of this show, who keep me continually trending at the top of the arts and the food podcasting charts over on Good Pods. It blows me away, but there's like a level of imposter syndrome to that where I feel like I don't deserve it. Take a few moments, just breathe in. I deserve good things to happen to me. Breathe in. I deserve to lead a good life. You are not a failure. Say it out loud to yourself. I am not a failure. I deserve to succeed. I deserve to live. I deserve to have all of the good and great and amazing things that I deserve in this life. Every road that every person has to take to get there is a little bit different. But for me, It's by doing this. For me, it's by trying to give something back to you amazing people every week, or well, mostly every week, whenever I get an episode out. I want to make your lives better, and in turn, that makes my life better. That fills my cup, if you will. What fills your cup? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it your career? Husband, wife? Is it your hobbies? Because there's something that you do that you're not a failure at. There's something that you do that you are amazing at, and your voice matters. Your voice is important. Put your voice out there into the world, however big or small that world is. Believe in it. Anchor yourself to it. Let it take you through the rest of all of those other things that you're shaky about, the rest of all of those other things that you don't feel quite as confident about. I still have a lot of issues with confidence. I still have a lot of issues with my own self-image. But day by day, I'm working to make it better. When I get on that yoga mat, I make that commitment to myself to work out every single day, to get that exercise, to do yoga every single day. And that's not even including the other exercise that I do. I'm making a commitment to better myself. And if I'm actively trying to better myself, ignoring any of those voices in my head that might be saying, Nick, you're a failure. Nick, you can't do this. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can, and so can you. You can, and you will. You are not a failure. Even if you fail, you're not a failure. Failure is a part of life. Failure happens to all of us. I failed a lot. But that doesn't make me a failure. That doesn't mean that I do not deserve all of the things in life that I dream about, that I really, really want. And I'm going to do every single thing that I can to make those dreams come true. I'm going to do every single thing I can to lift you up and help you make those dreams come true. Believe in yourself. And I know it's hard, especially if you've been run through the ringer. It's hard to believe in you sometimes. Don't ever, ever, ever give up on you. Who you are is amazing. What you have to offer the world is amazing. Find good, positive ways to contribute to the world around you. Find those things. Think about those things that you're not a failure at. Think about those things that you're really, really good at, and think about how much more you can add to them. One of the words for one of my yoga practices, I think it was day 12, was nurture. Nurture those little seeds of positive energy in your mind. Nurture those little seeds of positivity that you're planting in that soil in your mind. Water them. Nurture them. Say good, loving things to them. Help them grow. So they in turn can help you grow. I have been surrounded by circumstances in my life where I have been surrounded by negativity. And I felt like I was hopeless. I felt like a failure. I felt like I could not escape. And it's because I talk to myself like that. It's because I put that on myself. And I'm not talking about just being silly and self-deprecating. I'm talking about being actively negative toward yourself. I'm talking about actively putting yourself down. Find a new way to talk to yourself. I just want to wrap up this segment. Just say out loud to yourself right now, I am not a failure. I deserve love, happiness, goodness. I deserve to live a good and happy life.